Okay, so let's begin with the opening of the G7 summit wrapping up in Hiroshima, with the group of 7 leaders attending a working dinner together after a full slate of cultural events held earlier in the day. On Sunday, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is expected to join the summit in person to seek commitments for more aid in his country's fight against Russia. Let's bring in NBC News White House correspondent Mike Memoli live in Hiroshima. Mike, what's the latest?
Well, Mika, obviously there's a very jam-packed agenda for the G7 leaders here after the first of 3 days for this G7 summit. They're talking about everything from the state of the global economy, how to combat inflation, dealing with supply chains, competition with China. But at the very top of this agenda has always been the continued battle in Ukraine and the ongoing efforts by the G7, other allies, to support Ukraine in that effort. There was a strong statement issued by the G7 leaders after their first working session today, pledging their continued support for Ukraine militarily, as well as through security and humanitarian assistance. And the fact that we're now confirming that President Zelensky will attend this summit in person on Sunday just speaks to that continued focus. We've seen President Zelensky on something of a world tour. He, over the course of the past week, has visited the capitals of the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Rome, even met with Pope Francis, and today setting foot in Saudi Arabia, attending that Arab summit there as an indication of his efforts to really continue to build support for Ukraine ahead of this spring offensive. As part of the sanctions that are being announced today, we're seeing a continued unified front among the G7, efforts to really target Russia where it hurts, both their continued efforts to finance the ongoing war, but also to get around some of the evasive tactics that Russia has been making for sanctions that were already in place. Now, Mika, we also know, of course, that the looming debt ceiling crisis back home has also been overshadowing this, and we saw President Biden, in fact, cut short his participation at the G7 leaders dinner this evening here so that he can get a fresh update from his team as they start their day back there at home Friday morning. A White House tweet from an earlier update that the president got indicated that the president is continues to be confident that they'll avert a default. And in fact, conversations Kristen Welker and I have just been having with White House officials speak to that optimism as well. They're not ruling out, in fact, that the president might speak with Speaker McCarthy on Sunday just before he ends his participation in the G7 summit to head back home. So there is that continued optimism. You can understand why the president wants to project that optimism, because a default in the United States would not just devastate our own economy, but it would have ripple effects throughout the world. So it's a top concern of the other G7 leaders here as well.
All right, NBC's Mike Memoli reporting live from Hiroshima. Thank you very much for that report. Now, Mike